What happens if you start trading meme coins with less than $100? If you think this doesn't make a difference, you are very wrong. If your starting balance is about $20 and you are trading on a new meme coins, every single trade can quietly burn up to 25% of your money before you even enter the position. That means your losses are built in right from the start. In this video, I'll break down layer by layer how fees on Solana really work, what happens inside platforms like Radium, Orca, and finally, what's the minimum deposit you should actually trade with? Let's go. You've probably seen people posting crazy P&L screenshots, turning a few $100 into thousands on new meme coins. But here is the part they never talk about. Most small traders lose money, not because they bought the wrong token, but because of the math behind trading with a small deposit. On Solana, every trade comes with a stack of hidden costs. And if you are trading with less than $100, those costs can easily eat up your deposit way before you find that 100x token. A quick note for you, I have created a Telegram chat and right now it is almost empty. Only one person joined my Telegram chat so far, and I'm inviting you to start building it with me from zero. Let's go, link in description. When you trade on Solana, 3 layers of fee hit you before you even touch the token. But before we continue, we need to talk a little bit about validators. Validators are independent computers spread all around the world. They keep Solana running block by block and they make money every time you trade. So when you pay your network fees, most of them are going directly to these validators. Now, here is how those fees are actually built. The first is a base fee. Every transaction costs this amount of SOL, it's less than a cent. Half of it gets burned to keep the inflation of Solana reduced and the other half goes to validators. The second fee is the priority fee. Priority fee does not guarantee that your transaction will go through, so setting it ultra high makes no sense. Priority fee is just your insurance in case the block with your transaction fails. We'll talk about the blocks in a moment, but for now, just remember, priority fee is a cheap safety layer. The usual range is 0.001 to 0.01 Solana, from 15 cents to $1.5, and it all goes straight to validators. If you don't set your priority fee and your transaction block failed, your transaction will fail. And if you have at least a little bit of priority fee and your transaction block failed, your transaction may not fail with a higher chance. Now about the block and the final fee, the JITO tip. That about 95% of Solana validators run a modified version of the validator client called JITO. Solana validators adopted JITO because it offered a solution to handle spam transactions more efficiently, while also allowing the validators to earn some extra on MEF commissions and tips. JITO runs micro auctions every few milliseconds, deciding which transaction will be included in the next block. So when you attach a JITO tip, you are literally bidding to get included faster. There is no upper limit of that tip, but the usual range is 0.1 to 0.2, and it goes directly to validators and their stakers. So on this first step, you have already paid 3 commissions: the base fee, the priority fee, and the JITO tip. Of course, the transaction can still go through with 0 priority fee and 0 JITO tips, but only when the network is completely calm. If you are trading during a token launch and need guaranteed inclusion, every professional knows that right now only JITO tips truly move the line. That's why traders start raising them aggressively on launch and when the PvP war happening. For example, during the Trump meme coin launch, anonymous trader Nassim paid around $84,000 in fees to make sure his transaction was included in the very first block. You can see it here. I even made a video about it, you can check it. Once your transaction passes through the network, it lands on DEX. And that's where the second layer of costs begin. Unlike Binance or Coinbase, decentralized exchanges don't hold their own liquidity. They rely on liquidity providers, regular users who lock their tokens in pools so others can trade. To compensate the risk they're taking on themselves, DEX pays a small swap fee from each trade to them. And most of that fees are going straight back to liquidity providers. That's how the system is alive. Traders don't choose where the swap happens. It is decided automatically by Jupiter's routing system. The software scans all major DEXs, Radium, Orca, Meteora, and picks the one with the best price and slippage at the moment for your size of transaction. The actual fees those DEX take from you can see on the screen right now. And as you can see from this table, during meme coin trading you should expect to pay from 0.5 to 4% or even higher only index commissions, depending on the pool and its settings. Now comes the third layer, the terminal fee. Every trading terminal, whether it's Axiom, Padre, GMGN, whatever, takes a small cut for routing a transaction through the blockchain. On Axiom, the standard fee is 1%. Charged both when you buy and when you sell the token. So your round trip automatically costs around 2%. The fee is taken in Sol directly from your wallet, and it's applied before the commission on Radium and Orca. But Axiom also has a cashback system. The more you trade, the higher your tier and the less commission. You can see the levels here on the screen. So if you're an active trader, your effective cost per site can drop to around 0.75%. But for beginners, it's still 1% flat each way. By the way, with my referral links, you will get a little discount on this, about 10%. So click it and start trading and supporting the channel. For example, Padre charges 1% per market order and 0.5% per limit order, with up to 35% cashback with my referral link. I have a link to GMGN in my description also. Of course, you can trade not only through terminals. You can also trade directly through Jupiter and save yourself a 2% commission. But then there is one more thing you need to keep in mind. Some tokens on Solana come with hidden mechanics that can quietly drain your balance. The main ones I'll put on the screen, things like transfer tax, max transfer limits, or even a freeze authority where the creator can literally lock your tokens. The most dangerous one, of course, is when a token lets the developer pause trading or block wallets. That's how some of the rug pulls happen. But here is the good news. Today, most of the terminals will warn you automatically. If you are trading through Axiom, Padre or similar platform, you don't even need to think about it. Token audits are built in by default. And if something looks suspicious, you'll see a warning before the trades go through. However, if you prefer to skip Padre or Axiom and trade directly, you can check this service, the Rug Check XYZ. It runs quick on-chain checkers and flags risky tokens. That takes just a few seconds but can save your entire deposit. There are a few more things that affect your final result, like partial fills, retries, and how slippage actually eats into your PNL. But that's a topic for another video. So if you want me to break it down in detail, like, subscribe, and write a comment. But here is the real question. What is the smallest deposit that actually makes sense on Solana? Some of those fees are fixed in dollars, not percentages. So the smaller your deposit, the bigger the hit. Even on a good day, you lose from 2 to 5% on a round trip. That's the entry ticket to the market. In volatile pairs or new launches, that cost can jump up to 10%, and that's before slippage. That can easily add up 20% not in your favor to your trade. And if your deposit is tiny, you simply can't survive that. You will buy, see the price move a bit, sell, and realize the blockchain already ate your profit. That's why here trading with $20, $50 is not trading, it's gambling. If you want to treat it as a lottery ticket, fine, but understand the math. Now, if you actually want to trade, not just spin the wheel, start with at least $200–300, that's where the losses stay under 6%. If you want real efficiency and room to scale, start with $500 or more. By the way, that's not financial advice, do your own research. So if this video helped at least a little bit to understand you how actually Solana fees works when you're trading meme coins, share it with your friends, hit like, subscribe, and go to my Telegram chat to join my growing army of 0 men right now. Use my referral links in description, that will help the channel grow. And now you know what's actually makes sense on Solana. $200, $300, $500. Start with anything less and you are not the trader, you are the liquidity. Bye bye.